We have to talk about that video of William and Kate that was released of them shopping the other day. I did post a video that briefly went over that, but what was interesting was that I had already filmed that video and the news came out with the video as I was editing it, so I quickly put it in there. I did some digging into everybody's theories about if they believe this video is real or fake. We're going to be talking about both sides of that in this, and I want to say before I even get into it, I'm not saying that the video is fake. I really don't know, but people's reasons for why they believe it is, it's hard to ignore that. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be talking about that today. There are also a lot of pictures of the royal family that has been released since then that also appear to be fake. And some of them are really weird. I mean, stuff where it's like, I cannot believe that nobody noticed this before the video of Kate and her 3 children came out on UK Mother's Day. I mean, maybe somebody was talking about this before everything, but I hadn't heard anything about it. And now when I see all of these pictures and the issues that everybody is finding with them, I'm honestly shocked that no one has brought this up before and that this is now just a thing. And it makes it very interesting because when that picture came out, one of the reasons why everybody was concerned that maybe Kate wasn't okay is because the picture was so clearly faked. But what does it say now when you realize that basically all of the royal family images are heavily photoshopped? And I feel like it's getting to the point where there are some serious dangers in the dishonesty with the photographs and videos that we've seen. I feel like because there has been so many pictures that have been released that aren't real, that now there's a real danger in that, because when there is a picture or a video of Kate that is real, is anybody even going to believe it at this point? And that's really scary and really concerning. And as I said, I'm not saying that the video of Kate isn't real. I don't know, and I'm not going to claim to know, but we're going to be talking about everybody's opinion of it. Let's go ahead and hop into it. So when this article first released, I want to go over some of the things that are in it because it's very clear that they were trying to push the narrative that this is not fake. See, guys, this isn't fake, and here's why it's not fake. And I find that to be very interesting wording because they didn't just put it out and just allow people to form their own opinion on it. They put it out in an article where they were already trying to form your opinion for you. See, we looked at the metadata for the conspiracy theorists out there. See, this is real. And I feel like trying to push that made it even worse because people are like, we're not dumb and we're not going to just believe something's real because you say that it is. And so I don't feel that that helped. I also feel that it was interesting that the video came out after the articles saying that they were seen. And this is why. I'm not sure why there would have been so many news reports that Kate and William were seen at this Windsor, what is it, like a little farm shopping center. I'm not sure why all of these articles came out with no videos or pictures because it just didn't help anything. And then the day after, when everyone's like, you're just saying this and there's no proof of it, then this video comes out. And what I'm hearing is that what's interesting is the guy that filmed this video, who, by the way, when he initially saw them, didn't recognize them, he said, which I find to be strange that that was even a quote from him, because he's apparently like a social media strategist. Like one of the things that he does is he pushes out, allegedly, I'm just gonna say that because I don't know, but he allegedly pushes out videos and pictures into social media to get them seen. And he also like, this is what he does. And, you know, he is a photographer, but he took it with an iPhone, and that's their proof that the photo was real because of the metadata from the iPhone. They like posted a screenshot that shows it was taken on Saturday. And I just feel like there's a lot of like trying to convince everybody that it's real, but it's like, come on, it's an extremely blurry photo. But I want to play this video clip of you right here. This is from TMZ, and I'm going to react to this with you guys and talk about it after, but TMZ is the one who initially released this video. But now someone who works at TMZ is saying that after he's hearing everybody's concerns, he's not even convinced that it's real. Let's go ahead and watch this video clip really quick.
I have gone back and forth 3 different times. I've looked at this video so often, and yeah, my gut was it was her. But then I started looking at some of the comments and things that people are posting about why they don't think it's her. And they have some points about her height, compared to William, where her eye line is when she's looking at him normally, some things about her chin. There are a lot of different details that people have picked out, even in the way this woman walks. Now I'm not, before I would say I was 95%. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's her. And it certainly looks like William. But even the William, some people are picking apart that maybe it's not him. There's endless mystery behind this thing. And the bigger question is, if it's not her, then again, we're left with, where is Kate? And what is going on with her? So, and why would the palace be involved, if they are, in another sort of hoax to make us think that Kate is okay? Because there was the Mother's Day photo was such a blunder. Why would they do it again?
Oh, no, I don't know.
Which is what made me think at first it was her, because there's no way they do that again. They got caught the first time, they wouldn't do it again.
I feel like every woman in London and in England are lining up to be a Kate Middleton stunt double or something like that. Model, everything.
I mean, what do you think needs to happen at this point, Charles?
I'm not really sure what that says when someone who works at TMZ, who initially released the video trying to prove to everybody it was real, doesn't really believe it either. Like, what does that say about the validity of this video? I need to show you all this video from Ministry of Hacks UK. I got on my TikTok and I got shown this video of someone who is in the UK who was talking about what BBC is reporting on. And I want to play this video for you all here because it's interesting.
Let me tell you what the BBC, one of the most respected and oldest media news agencies in the world, is saying about this. I'm not going to jump down the rabbit hole. I'm just going to tell you what they have been saying on BBC Radio 5 Live this morning, and you know the score. Come at me if you like. I really don't care. And obviously, I will love you if you become a new follower. The BBC are using words like reportedly and allegedly when they talk about this coverage. Reportedly and allegedly means the BBC cannot verify it. If the BBC cannot verify it, it probably isn't true. The BBC have huge resources, money, people, contacts all over the world to be able to verify things in multiple sources very, very quickly. They're always the first on your app. They're always the first news alert that flashes up. They do things quick and they do things with high quality. If they are using reportedly and allegedly, I don't think these people in this photograph are Kate. That's all I'm saying. Not jumping down the rabbit hole. I'm just saying I don't think they are who 10% of the population believe it's Kate. What do you think? What a crazy day to start, a crazy way to start a Tuesday.
I mean, was this the huge news that the BBC was notified was going to be coming out? Do you guys remember that? My last video where I told you that BBC was allegedly notified that there was going to be some huge royal family news. And then right after that, that video came out. Was that what they were notified of? If they even were notified, because there's so much fake news going on. But was this what they were notified about? Was that this video would come out and then they can't even report on it without saying allegedly and stuff because they don't know that it's even real at this point? That definitely does raise some red flags in my mind. What do you guys think in the comments? Let me know. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that I'm seeing a lot of people use AI programs to clear up the face of Kate, and they're saying, see, this cleared up image, it doesn't even look like her. I feel like those things are really finicky, and if you were to take a picture of yourself or a video of yourself from far away and then use one of those programs, you're not gonna look like yourself. You're gonna look kind of messed up. So for me, like those AI images of the cleared up face of Kate, it's not doing it for me because I feel like anyone who does that, your face is gonna look unnatural. Like it's not going to look quite like you. Like take a picture of yourself from far away, really blurry, and put it into one of those programs. It's not going to be what you think it is. You're going to look a little strange. Apart from that, People are sharing these pictures of this woman who is actually Kate Middleton's body double, or I don't know if she's her actual body double or if she's just like a Kate Middleton impersonator. But people think that this picture is actually her.
Many of you are not convinced that this is Kate Middleton. In fact, some of you are tagging the name Heidi Agon in my videos. And yes, that right there is Heidi Agon, known to be Kate Middleton's lookalike. Here she is again with Prince William's lookalike, and here she is again pretending to do princess duties. I wouldn't be so skeptical about this video, except you guys were all up in my comment section saying that is absolutely not Kate Middleton. Is there a reality in which Heidi Agon was hired to play Kate Middleton to hush the drama in the tabloids and all of the people speculating? And I'm not gonna lie, I don't love that Prince William is wearing a hat. I feel like we need to see his face. I mean, these two women look a lot alike, and from afar, it's definitely convincing. If the camera guy was just a few steps closer, we could have really identified if this was Kate. I've also taken note of the fact that many of you were saying that if that was Kate Middleton and she was still recovering from abdominal surgery, she would not be walking that fast and she would not be healed that quickly. But I guess none of us will ever be satisfied with whatever answer we might get from these tabloid pictures and videos, because in all reality, we just want to see a video of Kate letting us know, hello, she's okay.
And then people were comparing the height of Kate Middleton in the video to William, and then in the height of her in other videos and, you know, other footage that's out there. And there's a height difference, which I find to be interesting. Like where her head hits next to him, she doesn't look the same height as Kate. It is really weird when people start putting those side by sides. I'm kind of like, because this is coming from someone who saw it and I was like, oh, that's Kate. Like there she is. Which even if it is Kate, there are some issues that I feel like are important to talk about, which I'll talk about that in a minute. But apart from that, even someone who's like, oh, that is Kate, like these things people are bringing up, it is kind of making my head spin. If she's healthy and happy enough as she appears to be in this video to go shopping with William, why have they not released a formal video of her where she's acknowledging all of the attention this has gotten and just like calming people down a little bit? Because this has gotten so big, so why haven't they responded to any of it? People are also saying the way that she walks in this video isn't like Kate. They're saying that the hairline isn't like Kate, but I actually think the hairline does look like her. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. And now people are saying that Will looks exactly like Will, but is that because he has a hat on and you can't compare the bald spot in the video to his actual bald spot? I don't know. Now, but here's the issue that I have with this video, okay? Let's just say that we all collectively believe that that is Kate Middleton. I know everybody's starting to get in the comments and yell at me, but let's just pretend for a second, okay, that we all are in agreement that that is Kate, that that video is real. What does that say about, you know, the things that have been put out about her health and that she's in recovery and that she needs time to, you know, get better? What does it say about that? Because there are some concerns. You know, she is strutting in this, holding a bag after having an abdominal surgery that's full of, I guess, groceries, allegedly. She's also very smiley and very happy and very bubbly. And, you know, people's concerns are that if she isn't healthy enough to, you know, produce a video to let the public know that she's okay, and she's not healthy enough to resume her duties, her royal duties, and she's having to take all this time off of work, why does she look healthy in this video? So even when people believe that this is actually Kate, it brings up these other concerns of, have the royal family been being dishonest about her state? Which I do feel that that is a very valid, you know, thing to question, because when you're being told one thing, like she needs time to recover, she had a surgery, but then you're seeing her walking quickly with a bag in her hand and smiling and she looks healthy and happy, it's bizarre. The dishonesty that has already happened that we do know of, like the pictures, it makes it hard for people to believe a really blurry video. Even when I do believe it is her, and I think we will see her after Easter, I can see why people are having a hard time believing it because of how much dishonesty has happened up until this point. It makes sense that people aren't going to just accept a blurry picture and this is real because you told me so. I'm going to show you all a clip right here of Kate Middleton's lookalike, because she came out and she talked and she said that this was not her. And there's some interesting things in this clip. Let's go ahead and watch it really quick.
Today's been a really crazy day because people think that I'm Kate Middleton in the video that's come out online. I've been doing a lot of interviews and given my alibi that no, it wasn't me in the video. I was actually at work. So I think it is 100% her. I haven't received any threats at all, but people are concerned about the whereabouts of Kate Middleton. Usually our work follows the trends that the royal family does. So if they're busy, we're busy. So in previous years, like when she's been pregnant and has been out of the spotlight, then work would fall, I suppose, out of respect for her and her health. So I assumed that that would happen this time, but it hasn't followed that trend. And I have had a lot more requests for work, I think just because she's been missing for so long. If I walk into crowded places at the moment, I think because she hasn't been seen for so long, I walked into a place on Saturday and the whole place erupted and was just like, Kate Middleton's here. I think all the conspiracy.
Even Kate Middleton's lookalike said that if she were to go in public right now, that people would be freaking out saying, Kate Middleton's here. That sparks those concerns up about, okay, then why was nobody freaking out in this picture or in this video that is actually allegedly Kate Middleton? Why is no one freaking out here when her lookalike can't even go in public without people freaking out? She just said it. What is going on? I feel like at this point, I'm just trying to convince myself that that's her in the video because I don't want to be, I don't want to feel like I'm a total like crazy person out here thinking anything else. But I mean, guys, everything's just too weird.
Theories have started because there is not a lot of information about what's happened with her. The King put out a statement to say what's wrong with him, and I think everybody expected Kate to do the same. She didn't, and she's kept very quiet about it and been very private about it. They did release the photo on Mother's Day, which was an unfortunate thing that it got taken as far as it did with the Photoshop, because it was a beautiful photo of her and her children.
Wasn't real.
I think that was meant to kind of quash a few of the rumors, but instead it's gone the other way. And now, even though she is out and about with William, it's turned into it's not her at all. I think it was 100% her. At the moment, I think that the whole conspiracy theory thing has gone a little bit too far. I think that originally it started out as a little bit of a joke of where is she, what is she doing, you know, is she okay? I think she's 100% fine. I think she's had a surgery and needs to recover, and we need to respect that. She's a public figure. She's not public property. Everybody else has their right to privacy with their medical records, and she needs that as well. So I think she's alive, she's well, she's fine, she's just recovering, and she'll be back after Easter like Kensington Palace told us she would be. I do sympathise with Kate. I think that it's a shame, you know, if you've had a major operation, you just want to be with your family, you want to recoup, and she doesn't get that luxury. Everybody wants to know where she is. I think now is the time just to leave her alone, and she'll come back when she's ready.
I have to say that she also looks like a younger Lisa Vanderpump, does she not? Like, Lisa Vanderpump needs to get out there and go film some videos for people who want to see Kate Middleton. Again, I find it interesting that she said, you know, she needs time to recover, but she doesn't seem like she needs time to recover. In the video that's allegedly her, she's carrying a bag of groceries. I don't know. Everything's weird. Everything's weird. Everything's weird. Everything's weird. For everybody who says that I say the same thing, it's because everything is weird. What else can you say? It's just, what in the world is going on at this point? Now there are a lot of pictures that are circulating on the internet where people are finding many issues within these photos that show that the royal family has been editing pictures for a very long time, and not just a little bit of face tuning here and there, you know, lighting changes, filters, but editing people into the pictures that aren't actually there. It's got everybody in a frenzy because people want to know that you're actually sharing a photo to them that is a moment that truly happened. But when you have all of these pictures that aren't real, how does anybody know that you guys were all actually together for that picture? And what does this say about the future if we can just construct an image together with a bunch of people that weren't actually in the same room and then say they were? How much lying has already gone on prior to this that made them think that that picture of Kate with her kids, that they'd be able to get away with that to begin with? Do you see what I'm saying? Because even if you know, are like me where you believe, I do believe she had an abdominal surgery. I do believe it. And I am leaning towards that is actually her in the video. But even when you believe those things, I can see why everyone is in a panic and questioning everything. And I think it's smart to question everything because we've gotten to this point where there has been so many things that are faked that you have to question things, because otherwise you're just being gullible just because somebody told you to believe them. But let's go ahead and look at some of these pictures. So in this one right here, there is a big issue with William's hands. I don't know what is going on here, and I don't understand where this picture came from. I don't know if somebody made this picture after all of this. Like if this, I'm just gonna say that right now, I don't know if somebody created this afterwards. I really don't know, but I have to include it because when you zoom in and you look at his hands, what in the world is going on with his hands? From a distance, this looks like a real picture, and you know, obviously there's no reason to fake something like this anyways, but then when you zoom in, what is going on here? What are we looking at? Like I said, did somebody make this after? I don't know. This is one picture that if this is real, it does make me think it's AI, because if you know anything about AI, it always does weird stuff with hands. Like it gives extra fingers. It's like AI doesn't know how to generate hands correctly. It seems to be very confused about fingers. Have you guys seen those pictures? Now, this is another picture that people are looking at under a microscope. One of the things is that, you know, a minor detail is that one of the chairs doesn't have any back legs on it. There's no reflection in the mirror that's behind them of people, which, I mean, not really a big deal. You'd probably want to like edit the reflection out if it didn't look like aesthetically pleasing. But people seem to think that Kate was edited into this photo because if you look at her, she looks abnormally large. It looks like she was pasted into the picture. And we do have some evidence that I shared in my previous video where a photographer was going over one of the images and youngest son, he was pasted into that photo. And there's other ones like that too, where the kids weren't actually there or in that pose and they pasted them in. It looks like that's what's going on with Kate here. It looks like she was kind of stamped into the picture. People also believe that Meghan Markle and Harry's son is not real in this photo too, but Getty Images did post something saying that Getty Images has said the editor's note has now been removed from the royal photograph after no issues were found. So apparently there are no issues within this picture, but I will let you all be the judge of that. I feel like after everything we've seen, an editor's note isn't gonna convince somebody that what you're saying is true anymore. You know what I mean? And also, who puts editor's notes there? Like, who allows them to go there and then get removed? Like, honestly, I really don't know the answer to that question. The whole purpose of me mentioning these pictures is that when so many things have been proven to not be real, people are going to have a really hard time believing it when you show them something that is real, okay? And there's dangers in that. That's why you have to be honest, because when you start doing things like this, it's going to create an uproar. There's obviously going to be people who blindly choose to believe them, but after this many things appearing to be doctored, people are going to have questions. And I do think a lot of it is coming from a place of people really do care about where Kate is and if she's safe, and they just want to hear from her and something that feels honest. Now, this may disturb people even more, but I need to show you all this account that I found, or this video from this account that I found of this woman who is talking about a study that they did where people were shown these AI images of people mixed in with real people to see who knew who was AI generated and who was a real person. And it was astounding how many people got it wrong. And it just shows that it is going to be hard to tell what is real and what is fake anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and play this for you all. I wanna say this before I start. In my previous video, audio was removed from one part because a song got copyright, but I left the video in and I didn't completely cut it out because there were captions. This video that I'm about to play for you guys right here, it does have music in the background, and the same thing could happen because I'm not sure if this is a copyright song and I won't know until I upload it. But I'm going to leave it on even if it does get muted because there are captions so that you can read what she is saying. And then we're going to look at these pictures together and I will tell you all my thoughts after, but I feel like this is really important to include this video, so I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you all right here.
Can you tell the difference between real human beings and AI-generated faces? Stick around because I'm about to put you to the test. The reason I'm doing this at all is because according to a peer-reviewed study published last November, the answer is a resounding no. The 610 people they put to the test, on average, thought that AI-generated faces were more real than photos of real people, at least when it came to white faces. And they're not the first. 2 other studies published since 2021 have reached similar conclusions. The term for this phenomenon is called AI hyperrealism, and the implications of this moving forward are unsettling, especially when you consider that the people who were most confident that they were right were most often wrong. With that being said, do you think you'll be able to tell the difference? Well, let's find out. I pulled 16 faces from the exact same database of faces used by the researchers themselves. I controlled for 3 variables that I think may be, at the very least, partially responsible for why people were more likely to pick up on AI-generated faces depicting people of color than Caucasian. Now, 8 are real people, and 8 are AI generated. So get ready to write down your answers as I show you each face. Pause at any time if you need a little extra moment to look at the face. Let's get started with face number 1. So, how did you do?
Okay, now that you guys have looked at those pictures, figured out who you think is real and who is fake, I'm going to go into the next video that is going to say who was real and who was AI generated. Also, I'm going to link this creator down below so that you guys can go and give her original videos some love. But let's go ahead and watch this next one.
Can you tell the difference between real human beings and AI generated faces? Part 2. In part 1, I showed you 16 faces that I handpicked from a database being used by researchers whose results showed that their subjects were more likely to think that AI-generated faces were real than photographs of actual human beings, at least when it came to white faces. Now, if you haven't seen the faces yet, stop watching this clip. Go to part 1, jot down your answers, and then come back. As for everyone else, it's time to find out which of these 16 faces are real. Face number 1 is AI. Face number 2, also AI. Face number 3, AI again, and only 13% of the participants in a 2022 study figured it out. Face number 4 is real. Face number 5 is AI. Face number 6, also AI. Face number 7 is real. Face number 8, much like face number 3, is AI, and again only 13% of participants in that same study got it right. Face number 9, real. Face number 10, real. Face number 11, real. Face number 12, also real. Face number 13, an AI generation. Face number 14, real. Face number 15, that's AI. And face number 16 is all real. So how did you do? Did you get all of them right? Did you get none of them right? Share what happened in the comments.
I don't know about you, but that whole thing is concerning to me, that it's that hard to determine if a picture online is real or fake. And I think this is going to become something that just gets worse and worse as time goes on. So it's getting to the point where you can see an account on social media that looks like a real person, has pictures that are being posted, and is on there communicating with people and talking, and the whole thing could be AI. Could be a bot that you're talking to. And the reason why I'm showing this, to show why it is so easy for me to understand why anybody is having a hard time believing that this video is real, because I mean, it is so blurry. It was taken by a photographer and nobody around seems to be concerned. I do know that they are locals here, so people have said that it's because they're locals and so people are used to seeing them. But I think even with that, because of everything that's been going on, I feel like people would have been more on alert than usual if they saw them. And so people are obviously saying, you know, they're not having big reactions because it wasn't William and Kate and everybody there knew it. I don't know. It's just, it's odd that all of this is going on. There's a huge spotlight on them, but the only video that could be produced was this extremely blurry one. I know I've said it so many times, but I'm not saying I don't believe that it isn't her, because I think that it is. But all of this makes my head spin, and I really don't know what to think. And you know, with that video that I just showed you, even if they do release a video of her where it's super clear and she's talking to the public, are people even gonna believe that at this point because of AI and because of everything else that was faked? It's concerning. I really don't know what's gonna happen. I'm curious if when she shows up after Easter, if it's going to just continue to be a downward spiral and if people are still going to question what they're seeing. And I feel like it really raises some interesting questions in general and concerns that I personally have over the state of the internet and us seeing, you know, stuff that looks real but isn't real. It just kind of makes you want to turn the internet off and go outside and get some fresh air where you know the person that you're seeing walk down the street isn't a bot. Or are they? I don't know. Get in the comments and let me know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this. I will definitely do more if there's more to talk about. I also have other videos coming, so be on the lookout for that. If you liked this, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know what you think. Do you think that video of Kate is real? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you soon for another video.